You can imagine then that feeling shame does not help with learning or change. And for anyone that works with parents, it is helpful to know that shame is likely in the room, just under the surface. And we may do things to trigger that shame, but we can also do things to help to counter or reduce that shame. And for parents, there are spaces where shame is closer to the surface, just more easily triggered. Spaces where parents go to seek help, like in parenting groups or healthcare clinics or sessions with specialists. Spaces where parents are more vulnerable because they are struggling, because they are worried, or because they wish that things could be better or that they could be better. If parents come in the door already feeling down on themselves, they are primed to feel judged and shamed and to disconnect or be defensive in response to questions asked or information provided by service providers, even with good intentions. And this is because being the more knowledgeable agents in the room, service providers have a greater power to contribute to shame. And so it's helpful to tread lightly, to be gentle, because it doesn't take a lot to trigger shame. And shame affects whether parents turn towards us and the help that we're trying to provide or turn away.
My daughter has been diagnosed with anxiety. So the mental health clinician has been quite judgmental to me on a number of occasions. One of the things that she talks about mostly is the TV. So during the summer, I let my daughter watch a show on her iPad while she ate breakfast. And the clinician kept telling me again and again about, people addicted to screens and how it's a real disorder and how I need to stop it right away. I know it's not the best, but I'm struggling with my own anxiety right now. And that half an hour in the morning for me to get the lunches ready and get ready for the day, and I'm going back to work and all this, I really need that half an hour in the morning. But she kept bringing it up again and again, and how, well, you just can't let them watch that much TV. That's too much TV. You've got to stop it. You've got to stop it. And it got in my head where every day I was thinking about it, and I was feeling so guilty every time she turned on the TV or even asked for the iPad that I got grumpy. She would say, "Mom, can I have the iPad?" And I would just say, no, I can't do it, because it just made me feel so much guilt inside.
There have been times that I've taken my children to see care professionals and have felt shame. There was a time that the doctor expressed that I should have brought my child in sooner. It ended up being a minor issue, but he said something along the lines of, just so you know, for a concern like this, you don't want to waste any time. You want to just bring them in right away. And I don't remember exactly what it was. It was when she was quite small, but it did stick with me, like, whoops, you dropped the ball. Make sure it doesn't happen again, kind of a feeling.
Thankfully for all of the courses that I've taken so far, the people who led them were fairly good about, not making us feel like we're inadequate. I suppose other people in the class, that might come about because I think by nature, a lot of us and culturally, there's a sense of competition, whether it be amongst women or amongst parents or amongst parents reflecting on their kids. If one kid is learning faster or one kid is better behaved, then you tend to feel compared. So there is a lot of judgment and, potentially what feels like, anyway, competition amongst parents.